I'm going to go ahead and record. So I am recording right now, and I kind of wrote some notes for myself, and then I have lost them. Awesome. That's okay. No big deal. So I just have a few things I wanted to talk about tonight, and then I want to get into goal setting, and I think it would be great if every Monday we touch base on our goals, how we did for the week. And I'm going to write down everyone's goals so that I can keep you accountable. We did this before. We didn't stick to it. Oh, there it is. We didn't stick to it, but I'm going to stick to it. I added these calls back in because I feel like it's more intimate for me and my team, and that was important to me, that I have more of a connection with the team on this level. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to be on the Good Vibes Tribe call as well, but that would be up to you. So anyway, so first things first, Team Cup. If you're not on a team, get on one. It starts tomorrow. If you've never been on a Team Cup, it is really great way to get motivated and hit some goals early on. Basically being on a Team Cup, you're not really doing anything different than what you normally do, but it pushes you to reach those goals, and then they give you incentives. Like, I believe there's some stuff related to Daily Sunshine. If you hit Success Club 5, if your whole team hits Success Club 5, you get this tunic sweatshirt. It's pretty cool, actually. And then I think if everyone hits Success Club 10, I'll have to look at it again, you get this hoodie. It's really nice. So I'm kind of like, our group needs to get it. Sorry, I'm responding to a message. So if you're not on Team Cup, get on a Team Cup, and just put a message into the thread on Team All Stars or Good Vibes Tribe or Ignite Your Soul or whatever, and find a team. And so the other thing I wanted to bring up is Social Team Builder. That's the Jesse Regan training. I'm sure you've heard about it. Many of you are already doing it. And if you're a new coach or not a new coach, and you see on the Good Vibes Tribe page that Wendy posts Success Club updates, unless you're completely blind, you have noticed that Ellen Ludwig and Rachel Baldwin get crazy numbers, like 40s, 50s, 60 Success Club points, when the rest of us are trying to get 5 or 10. There's a reason for it. Both of them did the Social Team Builder from start to finish, and they were... Okay, sorry, I had to mute whoever that was. And they implemented it to a T. Now, I know some of you have started Social Team Builder and kind of like, I haven't gotten around to it. You need to do it, period. Do a video a week, a video a day, whatever you can do it. I'm like halfway through, and I'm taking my sweet, sweet, sweet time, and I've already noticed huge engagement increases on my like page. I have abandoned my personal page completely. I don't do it. Sometimes I'll share like I'm doing a free group or whatever, but I don't do it anymore. It just feels better to me anyway. You're going to have Ava do that for you, honey. No. And so I've abandoned it completely, and I do everything from my like page, and I'm still hitting Success Club. And my goal is to now start elevating it. I'm still working on my ads and getting all that. So if you haven't bought the Social Team Builder and you are ready to make your business big, I highly recommend it. It does cost a little bit of money, but it is worth it. When you're talking about Rachel and Ellen, who are hitting like 30, 40, 50 Success Club points, and they're making, I'm not going to tell them how much they make, but they're making a lot of money. They have made that money back quickly. It's gone. It's way been paid for. And I got to put this in for Cole so he can, Greg is not here. There you go. Okay, got it? So if you haven't done it, you need to do it. Okay, so I thought today, Cole, can you go in the other room, honey? What? Can you go in the other room? And then as soon as I'm done, I'll come out there. So with our calls, I figured today we can make our goal for the month. And then I want to talk about weekly goals. And then I want you to talk about what you're going to do differently that's going to help you reach those weekly goals. So I don't want to hear like, I'm going to do this and this and this, but they're the same things that you were doing before. That's not going to help you reach those goals. You need to think about what are some things that you're going to do differently that's going to elevate you. If you're already elevating your business, do what works, but if you're not where you want to be, you need to do something different. And I challenge you to do those things different. And I'm going to be one of those. I'm doing the same thing too. I am changing how I'm doing my business in the areas that it needs to be changed. I've had fairly good success, but I've never been the one to hit huge numbers. And that's my goal, is to start hitting those huge numbers. And I got to quit limiting myself. And I think that's been my problem, is I've been putting a ceiling on my success with my Success Club points. I've always hit Success Club 5, but I usually land between SC6 and SC12. Like I've just kind of been like, that's good enough. And that's not good enough for me. And I need to change that mentality. So what we're going to do is we'll take a turn. Everyone will get a turn. So start thinking about what you want to say as far as your goals. And I'm going to start so you kind of know the format of it. And then I'd like to touch base, and I'll write down your goals so that I can kind of follow up with you next week. And the ones that wanted to get on this call and couldn't, I will get those goals from them as well. So I will start. My monthly goal is I want to hit Success Club 30. Now that is crazy. I have never hit Success Club 30. I hit Success Club 24 once, and that was like my 3rd month of the business. And that's it. I've never hit it again. I've not even gotten close. I think I've been at Success Club 16 before, but generally, like I said, between SC6 and SC12. And that is a big stretch for me. I've always made my goal at Success Club 10. But here's the thing, make your goal so high that if you miss it, you're still doing amazing. Like if I miss it and get SC15, I'm going to be pretty excited. I'm not going to be upset with myself, but I'm going to stretch myself. My goal is to get 5 new coaches in the month of August. And my goal is to increase my volume to 6,000 per week, which is a lot. It's way more than I'm getting. So they're stretch goals for me. So I want you to think of stretch goals. Don't just make something that's easy. Now, if you don't hit it, you can't get down on yourself either. Like, don't. We're in the business of positive, like a positive mentality, and we're just always reaching higher because we deserve that. My weekly goal is I want to hit Success Club 8 by the weekend. And add 2 coaches. How am I going to do that? I have committed, and I told my husband this, and I told a couple other people that I text with. I have a 4 a.m. text group. I know you guys probably think it's crazy, but we text each other at 4 a.m. to wake each other up, and we use it for accountability, and I've been doing that for about 5 months. But I told them this too. I need the accountability that I am doing 30 invites per day. I did it this morning, and I used my Teamzy, and I think I'm going to get 3 sales tonight from that alone. I'm like, oh, I can get Success Club in one night just by elevating my game. And honestly, before that, I was probably doing 3 or 4 a day. Like, that's not enough to get to where I want to be. If I want to elevate myself, I need to do a crazy amount. So 30 invites per day. So that's how I'm going to get there. So there's mine. Who wants to go next? Who's up? Anyone? Nathan, you want to go?
I will.
All right. I knew you would.
So for me, for August, I've got a goal of Success Club 16 and adding 4 coaches. As far as me doing things differently, for me, it's about like being consistent on a daily basis would be something different for me. So it's, for me, it's about establishing consistency. And when I go through spurts of like, especially with good social media posts, I get a lot of attention. Like this stuff that I did over this weekend, I've got people at work that I had no idea that aren't even like Facebook friends of mine, that are friends of friends that are coming after me and asking me, what are you doing? And it makes me realize like, dang, I need to stick with this more because my reach grows exponentially the more consistent that I am with it. This week will be a challenge because I'm going back up to Houghton Lake. I don't know if I'm going to have Wi-Fi, which would basically mean no use of laptops. So everything is from my phone. So I still want to, by the end of the weekend, SC6, I want to hit Success Club by the end of the weekend. It just means I have to kind of, the spots where I'm working, I have to be more efficient and be more productive. And really it's, I keep going back to consistency, but that's what I've been lacking. And I think my limiting belief is that not being confident that the results will be there if I do all of these things. Thanks to Carl from a group that we did like about a month ago, I found out that, yeah, thanks, Carl. It was basically something that evaluates your fears. And I have a fear of sucking. It's not a fear of failure, it's a fear of sucking. It's doing something and not being good at it. For me, it's kind of getting over that and realizing that not performing the way that I want to doesn't mean, or not getting the results the way that I want to doesn't mean that it's not having an impact. And it's just, for me, it's about keeping the long view in mind. And I'll keep setting short-term goals, but there's a bigger picture here. And I have to keep that in focus for when the short-term results aren't where I want them to be. I'll stop talking now.
All right, cool. It's that ceiling effect I think we put on ourselves too, that I'm not worthy of getting this or whatever. And if I stretch myself to it and I don't hit it, like I suck, and that's so not true. So I think we're all there. So that's good. Those are good goals. And I was just up north for 10 days and had crappy Wi-Fi. It was so frustrating. So I'm with you. You just do the best you can and maybe find a place that you can get Wi-Fi for an hour or two and just blast it out and then go have fun. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what I did. I was like, I just kind of figured out a space that I could get Wi-Fi for an hour and try to do the income producing activities, check in my challenge groups, and then make sure I'm posting through the day and be done with it. Don't do the extra frilly stuff. So, but have fun. It'll be fun. All right, who's next? Let's do you want me to just say who, or someone want to volunteer?
I'll go.
All right, cool.
I'll go.
All right, you're up, girl.
Hey. Well, my first thing is to maintain my diamond. It's a scary thing now that I'm diamond. I'm checking it like hourly, making sure that everybody's still active. So maintaining my diamond. By doing that, I'm going to make sure that my Emerald coaches stay Emerald, and I stay on my Coach Online office to see if they go inactive. And then another thing that I started today is for all of my coaches, and actually even my discount coaches, I'm doing new coach training. So we're starting from fresh. Julie kind of got thrown in, and I know Julie's on the call. She had basically fly by your seat of your pants training, but she hit Emerald in like a week and a half. So go Julie. I'm so proud to have her on my team. I'm very excited. Another goal of mine is to hit Success Club 15, being, let's see, probably I'd like to hit Success Club 6 by the 6th or 7th of the month. It was a relief this month, although I don't want to say I only hit 6, but that's not my goal. I want to hit more than 6, but it was nice to hit it and not be doing it at midnight, which I'm usually a last minute, trying to get it in under the wire, but I'm one that I'll fight right to the end to make sure I get it. So I'm on a roll. I'm looking to be a Success Club All-Star. So I'm getting there. I've got a few months under my belt. So my big thing is maintaining my diamond, growing my team, being consistent. I've got a lot going on right now. I am looking for a full-time new job because I bought a condo, but that's driving me too, because I'm going to need the money. And I don't just do this for the money. I would do it even if I didn't get any money. I actually enjoy it, but that's a big incentive for me to keep pushing. So those are my big goals right now.
Awesome. I love all of it. The only one that I would change is your goal of keeping diamond. I want your goal to be 1-star diamond. Like,
Yeah, true.
stretch goal. And if
True.
you focus on beyond diamond, keeping diamond's gonna be no big deal.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just a mental.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Cool.
good goals. All right, who's up? Jess.
Okay. So I'm super motivated by everyone else's goals, first of all. So thank you for you guys sharing. I would say my goal has to be kind of what Nathan was saying is consistency. I've been working more of the business since we got back from Summit. And it's funny when I'm tracking it, what I noticed is I am super great on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then I kind of just let it fall off. I kind of feel like, oh, I did something, and I'm just not being good and consistent about it. Sorry, my dog's barking. So I'm going to continue to record what I'm doing because I think that helpful and motivates me, and I'm getting better at that. I'm sorry, my dog is barking. I signed up for Teamzy, and I just the free trial, and I need to look at that. I also am in a social team builder free 7-day group. And so I've done 3 days of that, and I've been more consistent on my fitness page. My goal would be SC10 for this month, and I really want to add 4 coaches. And then also, well, then I would like to be diamond by the end of August, and so that would not only include adding 4 coaches, but then also helping them grow their business too. So I don't know. How's that sound?
Perfect. I love it. I love the diamond goal. That's a good stretch goal, but it's totally doable.
Yeah.
And consistency. Once school starts too, you know?
Yes, and that's the other thing is I totally came back from Summit thinking I'd really be using my mornings better, and I'm not yet. So I guess that would be another August goal, is to get more in my morning habit before school starts. I'm still enjoying leisurely mornings because my kids are older and they're sleeping in. And so I'm taking advantage of that. But I know for me, I need to be getting up earlier and get it done earlier, or else I won't be able to continue in September.
Okie dokie. Cool. Awesome. And we'll be in the same school, so
I know.
we'll get on each other's butts.
I know. You always motivate me.
All right. Did I? Okay. Missy or Stephanie or Carl. I'm trying to see some older coaches. Which one of you wants to go?
I'll go.
All right, cool.
All right. So my big goal that is a culmination of every one of these August goals is to be 2-star by Summit next year. I want to walk across the stage. To do that, lots of consistency needs to happen. So my goal is SC20 for myself. I want to add 4 coaches, 2 on each side. I want to get Chad to SC10 and add 1 coach under him, which will make him emerald, and I'll get my diamond back. What else do I have? And a lot of mine is kind of what everybody else has said, is consistency with my power hour. Since I've been back from Summit, even up north without Wi-Fi, I drive my ass to the library every night and I do my work. And it is paying off. I have lots of conversations going that hopefully will get me to at least SC5 by this coming weekend. And I finally started STB, and I want to finish Module 2 by the end of August.
All right, cool. I love it. Those are good stretch goals, but doable. Module 2 is like money, I think. It talks about posting and getting more into how to post, and I needed that, so that was a good one. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Got it down. So SC5 by the weekend. All right, so by next Monday, we'll be like, sweet, you hit successful.
Hopefully. I still need one more tonight too, so I'm busting. That's why I was on late.
You'll get it. You'll get it. All right. Carl, go. Sweet.
Hi, guys. I don't know. I feel like I'm a fish out of water. I don't know how else to describe it other than that. I feel like I take 6 steps forward and 5 steps back, and I just keep doing this roller coaster. I know a lot of it has to do with my life and dealing with the children and all the things I have to deal with, but I feel like that's a cop-out and an excuse. So I'm really kind of trying to revolve around that. My goal is to be Emerald by the weekend. That's my big goal for this week, is to be Emerald by the weekend. My goal is to hit SC 10 for the month of August, which is way out of my league. I've never done even close to that. I think 3 was my big one. So I'm shooting for 10. That's my goal. My next goal doesn't really revolve around that so much as I want to do the Vegas conference. So Nathan, you might have a roommate. That's kind of my goal. Is I want to kind of grow my business enough that I feel like I could go and do that training, do that big old conference. But I don't know that. I don't know where I'm at mentally to do that. So I'm just taking it step by step, and I'm really literally going from today to the weekends. So I am pushing for the Emerald for the weekends, and then after that, then I'll go to the next step. Otherwise, the for future, I mean, we had a pipe break last week. My dryer died this week. It just seems to be lots of things, compounding things life is. So with therapy with my kids and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to do a little bit at a time, and keep moving forward. My biggest goal is not to move backwards, because I feel like I'm keep moving forward, but then I move way back again. So that's my goal. My biggest goal is to get Emerald by the weekends and take the next step from there. And I would really like to do the whole Vegas conference thing, but that's where I'm at. It'll be easier because the kids will be in school. So that's my goal of it being easier than like the summer. The summer summit is hard because the kids aren't.
I hear you. We always think it's going to be easier, but it's not.
Yeah.
There's other things in the way. But maybe one thing, Carl, is you've had some great weight loss, correct?
Right.
I was talking to Sarah about it, and she's like, he's a really good success story. Like, I haven't checked out your page lately, but I don't know how much you're sharing about that, and share about, like, the dryer broke, but I still did this. Like, use
right.
your mess. They say your mess to a message.
Yeah.
Use it if you're not. I don't know if you are or not, but, you have a lot to add, a lot of value to add that I think you haven't tapped into.
Right.
And that's where you're going to start seeing people be motivated by you, because you're like a stay-at-home dad with 4 kids, with some of them with special needs. And I know you're not like going to put all that out there, but just by some of those things, I think people will get that. And the fact that you're doing it and you're getting some weight loss, and you're in a slow and steady weight loss, which is super healthy. And I think people would totally dig that,
Okay.
So maybe consider just how your post is really going to make a difference. I think that's going to help you hit Success Club 10 this month. I think you can do it.
Okay.
I got faith in you, boy.
Yeah. Carl, I just want to throw in too, as far as you have a huge relatability factor going for you, especially, with your story, but also your humor. When you're yourself.
But sometimes I'm a little too flippant, and I feel really bad because I'm afraid my wife's going to read one of my posts and yell at me for an hour because I just was nasty to people. I'm trying to be good. I really am. I have my tongue. See the marks on my tongue from my
business.
It's bad.
But just keep being yourself, man.
But that's you, Carl. Be you.
Okay.
No one takes offense to you because you're so genuine and you're funny and you're apologetic when you're like, oops, that's cool. People like that. It's awesome. So just be you. I agree with me. That's a good one. All right. Stephanie L.
Yep, I'll go. Actually, before I tell you my goals, I have to piggyback on what you guys were saying, Carl. We have a mutual friend that raves about your page all the time to me. She was like, oh, did you see Carl's post? It's so inspirational and he's so funny. And seriously, every time I see her, she's bringing up something that you posted about. So keep doing what you're doing there because you're pretty awesome. So don't forget that. I was thinking that, and then Nathan popped on. And I was like, yeah, see? Okay, so let me go in the other room because my boys are watching TV here. So my monthly goal is SC10, which right now is gigantic for me. I have not done much in the last year, so I'm coming back from Summit and really trying to implement a bunch of stuff. 3 new coaches, but really like the kind of day-to-day details, consistency, like everybody was saying. I really need to focus on my schedule. I have total ADD, and I like squirrel, flashy objects, everything gets me off track. So I'm really trying to focus on that. When I came back from Summit, I set like my morning schedule, and some days I hit it and sometimes I don't. So I just got to keep trying to like stick to that schedule, and keep my blinders on. Another thing I tended to do in the past is do too many different trainings, like again, flashy objects. So I was being pulled in a million different directions. So I really want to focus on Jesse Regan, like consistently. Every night I'm going to do a little bit. Rachel's post today, like totally spoke to me, where she was talking about doing 100 ads. And, you know, that's how I feel. Like I've done some ads and now I feel like I'm stuck with ads. So I've got to get past that and just kind of throw it out there and stop overcomplicating it. So, and the other thing that she said that really spoke to me is post what you would want to see. So I'm going to really like focus on adding value to my posts as well. I think that's most of it. I think that's it.
All right, cool. I love it. Good ones. So your schedule, what's it going to look like, do you think? Like how are you going to narrow that down?
So right now I try, I'm scheduling like an hour in the morning to try and get invites out. And when I am successful at making that schedule, first of all, I've got to get right out of bed when my alarm goes off. I'm doing better, but I need to do better than even I'm doing right now.
Do you do the 5-second rule?
Yeah. Well, I do when I'm awake enough like that. I hit that first snooze and I don't even realize I've done it. And then as soon as I realize I've done it, then I do the 5-second rule and get out of bed. But yep, I just finished that book and it was awesome. I'm going to make my kid read it or listen to it. And then what I need to do is figure out in the evenings, I need to set the schedule for the whole week. It's really, that's the one thing that, you know, everybody was saying, everybody's got stuff going on, I know. But like the next 4 weeks, I'm traveling almost every single week. So that's where it gets really tough. For me to schedule time when I'm traveling, but I'm just going to have to like figure it out like week by week. But yeah, definitely that hour in the morning, if I can knock those out, because it feels really good to have those invites and those connections, all those conversations done in the morning. And then I can feel like I can like focus on some of the other stuff in the afternoon. But maybe like another hour in the evening right now, that's probably all I'm going to be able to pull off. Maybe sometimes I could do a little bit more, but.
That's plenty though. Honestly, you can build a business on an hour.
I can, if I can stick to it and like, again, put those blinders on and don't be distracted.
Work from a list for sure.
Yep.
Or I don't know, are you using Teamsy or?
I'm trying to get back into Teamsy. I've been paying for it and I wasn't using it and I was going to cancel it. And then after you were talking about it at Summit and stuff, I'm like, nope, I'm going to give it another try. I'm going to need something. And it's probably the easiest way to keep track. I was looking at some other things, but I really do think it's going to be the easiest way to keep track of stuff down the road.
It is.
Once I get a huge base, a huge team, that's going to be the easiest way. Right?
Yes. And you will. And
yep.
The other option that I haven't looked into it though is Asana, and
we use Asana for work.
Okay.
I don't love it for something like that, but I did look at Trello, which is a little bit more than this. Like it's kind of like Asana, but it's a little bit different. And I started using that but I found myself like taking too much time trying to figure it out. Like, how can I make this work and setting it up and all that? And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to take time to do that. I'm just going to focus on my Teamsy. I'm already paying for it. It does all that for me. I'm just going to go with that for right now.
Right. Yeah. Cause that's important, you know,
Yep.
and, you know, when you're traveling, I don't know if you're traveling for fun or for work, but just like
Work.
weeks ahead and what are your pockets of time? An hour to 2 hours totally can do it. I mean, that's what I've done is
Yeah.
an hour. Some days, you know, you get crazy and you have time for some weird reason and you go to town, but you know, let's be real. Most of us work or have kids running around us at home, and it's hard to be like, I'm going to do this for 6 hours. That's not going to happen.
Right. Yeah. No, that's definitely not going to happen.
I know. It's not reality. But yeah, you can totally do it, which is awesome. All right. Good job. All right. We have, I think there's newer coaches on the call. Oh, wait, no. Melissa, do you have goals you want to share? We have Melissa. You. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's too many Melissas.
I know.
Um,
Do you have anything you want to share?
I've been a bit more consistent since coming back from Summit, and there's some progress there. I had a really weird conversation last night with someone. Anyways, people are starting to respond back. I've been working on split testing my ads. Rachel's post on the Jesse Regan, it was very motivating. I have notes everywhere. I take videos. I talk about getting a black eye from a 3-year-old. I mean, it's all good. And getting responses from some of that is starting to talk. Some of my neighbors today were trying to pin me down to talk about it. That and whether the elementary school is going to open down at the end of the street. I'm like, why do I know?
So you're doing Jesse Regan.
What?
You're doing the Jesse Regan, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Very slowly, because I guess I'm not very technologically inclined.
I think doing it slowly is better because you need to have it down, you know, so that's good.
Yeah, I think my posts are getting a little bit better. I know I'm starting to rewatch about how to craft your audiences, and Todd's helped me with that some. So doing that, I'd really like to start hitting SC 10, let's go big, and I have several people that are looking at the free group Sarah's running, and I keep checking in with them, and hopefully at least one of them will want to do something.
Have you used that? There's a format I posted in Team All Stars, Megan Eggleston created. It's awesome. It like maps it all out, how to convert free people into challengers. And I usually get about 2 or 4 points from that. But she uses it, Megan Eggleston uses it and gets like 20 a month from it, which is crazy. But she's got it down to a science. So, whoops. Okay, you guys are still there. Okay, SE10, cool. And consistency, is that like your power hour? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, everything. In the morning, doing personal development, working on ads and different things with Jesse Regan, and then sitting down and doing power hour.
Got it. All right. Awesome. I love it. Okay, we are down to 4 minutes, so let's
Gonna say, you were muted, Sarah, so I don't know what you even said.
Oh, I muted myself. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was saying Julie's brand new coach, I believe, Julie Clubb. So we won't put her on the hot seat, right? Okay, sorry. I was just talking to myself.
If you want, it don't matter.
Okay, cool. All right, Christy, why don't you share some goals for us?
Definitely need to start hitting SC. I mean, SC10 is what I would like to be at.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting more consistent with my power hours, but there are still pockets of days where, you know, we might go out at night or friends are over or that sort of thing, and then it's 10 or 11 before we get the kids in bed, and I'm catching up in the challenge group, and power hour doesn't happen. So I'm trying to figure out just schedule wise what I can do. I mean, I'm already getting up 5 or 5:30 in the morning to get workouts in and posts done and that sort of thing. So trying to figure that out a little bit more will definitely help me. If there's like a chunk of time that I could take during the day when my husband could be home or something like that, that would probably help me out a lot. So I want to hit diamond. I mean, that's ultimately what has been on the radar for a while now, and I don't know time frame wise what I have in mind. I mean, I'm just confident it's going to happen. I'm going to keep plugging away until it does happen. But hopefully
August.
Yeah, August would be great.
You can do it, totally. What I would say with your scheduling is maybe like on Sundays, look at your week ahead. And if there's a day that you truly don't have the time to do it, like pile up on a different day, get all your invites, you know what I mean? Like I know some people do that, you know, I generally spread it out, but because that's how I work my system. But if you can't, like figure out how many invites or whatever, personal development should happen daily, but you know, kind of stockpile certain pieces that you can, when you have a day, when you have friends over and kids sports or whatever, that's just a thought. So,
yeah.
All right, cool.
Yep,
and
I may be doing more than I realize too. I mean, when I do sit down on the couch, we're usually on the couch like 9:30 or 10, and I'm working till midnight. So.
Oh yeah, you're getting stuff done.
But we're still not getting the people. Like people will buy Beachbody on demand, but it's so slow to do the Shakeology. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, cool. So we are less than a minute. So I think Julie's the only one. And so you're a brand new coach, Julie? I'll unmute you if you want to. Awesome. So when did you join?
A little over a month, I think about a month ago.
Awesome. Welcome to our team. I know I do remember seeing your face in the group and stuff. So, all right. So you're doing a Coach Basics right now?
Yeah.
Awesome. So do you have any, well, we're going to get cut off in a minute, but do you have any goals you have to share or want to share that you want to hit?
Yeah, I mean,